Please welcome our next commencement speaker and also a future BYU Cougar, Daniela Quilanton.
Good evening, PV students, faculty, family, and friends. Tonight, I want to speak to you about one of the most important lessons I've learned over the past few years. It is about something I'm not perfect at. No one is, but it has made all the difference in the way I look at life and can make all the difference in how you see yours. It is something we can offer to anyone, no matter where they come from, their skin color, their background, or who they are. It is about a choice that we as human beings get to make. Picture this. Have you ever tossed a rock into a still body of water? The rock hitting the water creates a ripple effect across the entire pond. This visual depicts how our actions have effects on others. When we are loving and kind, that love and kindness reaches the people in our circle and even people beyond that. The same thing goes for when we are unkind. Sometimes we may think that our small actions only affect the people we channel them to, but in reality, they can extend further than we know. There's a story in the 1960s from Dr. Donald Clifton about the dipper in the bucket that goes like this. Each of us has an invisible bucket. Depending on what others say or do to us, it is constantly being emptied or filled. When our bucket is full, we feel great. When our bucket is empty, we feel awful. Each of us also has an invisible dipper. We can use the dipper to fill others' buckets or empty theirs. When we help or are kind to someone, we are filling their bucket. We can look at being kind in two ways. First, being kind is to love others without limits and regardless of the things they have done or haven't done. To be kind means to focus on the good qualities of others. To be kind means to sometimes put others before ourselves. Being kind means lifting other people up. It means having compassion because you never know the things people are going through. There have been many moments the past 4 years where my life has been impacted by the kindness of others. Some of these bucket-filling moments were a counselor here at PV taking the time to talk to me when I needed someone to listen. A random person starting a conversation with me and complimenting me when I was at a low point. A staff member reminding me to be kind to myself and that my efforts were good enough. A friend randomly giving me a hug when I was stressing about my classes. My cross-country coach encouraging me to continue my sport when I wanted to quit because I was struggling with my health. And admin's generosity for me and people I love. Every day we can choose to fill someone's bucket or take away from it. As much as it is important to be kind to others, though, it's also important to extend that to ourselves, which brings me to point 2. Being kind to ourselves means to give ourselves grace because as we go off on our own paths, things won't be easy. Things won't always turn out the way we want to or plan to. There will be times when we will fall short, times when we fail, and times when we simply don't feel good enough. We've all experienced that at some point in high school, like maybe it was the time you failed your math test, or you didn't get the part you wanted in that audition, lost that game, or lost that friendship with someone. We need to recognize that we all have flaws, mess up, have challenges and pain, but that's just part of being human. We need to realize that everyone is deserving of love, forgiveness, and patience, including us. Dr. Alina Taroni, an experienced psychologist, recommended in order to be kind to ourselves, we must be mindful of the conversations going on in our heads. We should be careful when the negative voices that tell us we're not good, pretty, athletic, or talented enough come to our mind and discourage us. Instead, we should give ourselves an encouraging word and recognize our own personal gifts and talents. When we are going through difficult times, we should learn how to self-soothe and look for healthy ways to cope with our feelings. I've seen youth, the PVHS class of 23, for the past 4 years fill others' buckets. I've seen you athletes on the field, court, or on the track help others up again. I've seen students help mentor other students and push each other in their ambitions. I've seen you on the stage bringing a smile to other people's faces, or in the classroom giving a hand to those around you. As I've helped organize community events and drives for LEAD, I have been amazed by your desire to serve our community. I have seen you, Trojans, portray the good-hearted people you are today. Trojans, I see you. Paradise Valley High School class of 2023. As we walk out of this school and close this chapter of our life, we can choose to see others and not lose sight of ourselves. As we are kinder to others, we are only bringing more love and unity around us. Let us understand who we truly are and that the worth of us and others is more than we know. As we treat each other this way, our hearts will be a little lighter and full of more love wherever we'll go, just like the ripple in the water in our own personal buckets.